today to inform you about a very serious topic which deals with life and death. On Wednesday, 29th of April, Indonesian authorities have carried out the executions of 8 men accused of drugs trafficking, including 2 Australians, Adit and Miran Sukumaran. Their families have begged for clemency from the President, Joko Widodo, but Mr. President showed no mercy. As the death penalty has been one of the biggest social issues in our country right now, many people are questioning, is the capital punishment or the death penalty deterrent? And isn't it against the human rights? I believe that the capital punishment in our country should be abolished. Why? I will give you 2 main reasons. First, the executions do not deter the criminals. And second, the capital punishment itself is a crime and is incompatible with human rights. I will begin with the reason number 1, why we should be against the capital punishment. The capital punishment does not deter the crime effectively. There is very little valid evidence to suggest that capital punishment deters criminals. As recently stated by the General Assembly of the United Nations, there is no conclusive evidence of the deterrent value of the death penalty. Many crimes are committed under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and some criminals might be mentally ill. If one of those factors influence a person, how could they control what they are doing or be deterred from committing the crime? Some emotionally ill people would see death as the only road to freedom, so the death penalty does not deter them at all. What about the illegal drug trade? Well, there is also no clear evidence that the decline of drug trafficking could be attributed to the use of the death penalty. If the death penalty does not deter many people, then why would you want to introduce it in the first place? Criminals who plan their crimes very carefully would not be deterred by the death sentence because they would believe that they won't be caught. I have talked about how the death sentence doesn't deter crime. Now, I'm going to talk about the second reason. The capital punishment is incompatible with human rights and human dignity. It violates the right to life, which happens to be the most basic of all human rights. It also violates the right not to be subjected to torture or other cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment or punishment. Murder is one of the serious crimes that can result in the death penalty. If the authorities do the execution doesn't mean it also considered as a crime, as they deliberately take someone's life. Therefore, executing someone means murder by the government. It is clearly against the human rights. 2 wrongs will not make one right. As Mahatma Gandhi once stated, an eye for an eye as Mahatma Gandhi once stated, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. It can be seen that there is no logical reason in using the capital punishment. Indonesia should immediately join many other countries who have abolished the capital punishment because it is neither necessary or effective. As I have said earlier, capital punishment does not deter the crime. Otherwise, it is considered as a crime too, and the death penalty is the ultimate irreversible denial of human rights. Imagine if it was us or one of your family that were accused of the crime and sentenced to death. What would you feel? What would your family feel about you? Criminals are also human. They deserve life. They also have families like us. That's why we are opposed to the use of the capital punishment everywhere in the world. For whatever reason, it is never acceptable